Tom Aspinall has just dropped some of the most intense training footage we've ever seen, and the MMA world is going wild. The heavyweight champion looks like a man possessed, unleashing pure fury on the heavy bag with every strike. His focus, his power, his energy, it all screams one thing. He's not just coming to win. He's coming to send a message to Ciryl Gane.
Who's next big heavyweight star?
Tom Aspinall, the guy who
Of
just
course,
won the interim title. He's phenomenal. And he is, again, the next advancement of the evolution of the sport.
How so?
Well, because he can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu. He's got elite takedowns. His striking is outstanding. I mean, he knocked out Sergey, who's the scariest fucking striker in all of MMA.
Yeah.
And he knocked him out in the first round. And the way he did it was just picture perfect. And he did it with a fucked up back. He fucked his back up and wasn't able to train. He only got the fight call 2 weeks before the event.
I was just going to say, right?
Yeah.
Like
He couldn't train.
He
His
couldn't
back was
train.
fucked. He just went out there and fought. I knew Aspinall was going to have a speed advantage because he's faster than any heavyweight.
Yeah.
And that's something that his coach drilled into him when he was young.
Speed.
Like, be fast. Like, you got to be fast. That's what's going to separate you from everybody else.
Speed kills.
Speed. And he's a giant dude, 260 plus pounds, but he moves like a fast young guy.
Yeah.
And he's also just so well-rounded. And he's just beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really the first big test.
For Tom Aspinall, you said you don't really care about the belts. You really want to prove you're the best. Is there any other fighter in the heavyweight division that you feel you need to beat to prove that you are the best, other than Ciryl Gane?
Yeah, there's lots of guys. There's lots of guys, man. But I'm the kind of guy who doesn't look past my opponent. I'm very, very serious about this fight. I've been training for the last year without a break. I've had absolutely no breaks. I'm much better now than I was in my last fight, and I want to show that. But as far as other heavyweights and stuff, right now that doesn't really interest me. Jon Jones is retired, so I don't really have much to say on that, to be honest. So I'm fighting this guy, and this guy's really good, so I'll be as ready as I can be.
We finally got Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. Chill, we've been screaming about this Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane for a long time. UFC 321, Tom minus 325, Gane plus 260. We finally got the fight, but the world doesn't seem to believe, Chill, that it's a close fight. And I don't really agree with that line. I think this fight is much closer. Tom Aspinall minus 325, Ciryl Gane plus 265.
If Tom Aspinall loses to Ciryl Gane, the heavyweight division is absolutely cooked. The heavyweight division in the UFC is already hanging on by thin ice at the moment. Legitimately, the only good fight that's interesting that I'm actually excited for in this division is Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. Everyone is already expecting Tom Aspinall to beat Ciryl Gane, but what if he doesn't? We all built up this image of Tom Aspinall as the only person that could defeat Jon Jones. Gun to your head right now, name 10 heavyweight UFC fighters. If you're like me, you probably only got to 5. It's just not a marketable division right now, and the stakes for Tom Aspinall in this fight are just so extremely high because he has so much hype going for him right now. And if Ciryl Gane beats Tom Aspinall, I am not ready for the absolute Twitter rant that Jon Jones is going to have. I do not want Jon Jones to be validated like this. None of us do. You just know he's going to have the biggest I told you so moment if Tom does lose.
In the new footage, every punch from Tom Aspinall echoes through the gym like rolling thunder. The sound of a man who's been waiting far too long to unleash everything is held inside. After a year of delays, broken promises, and endless talk about Jon Jones, Tom has had enough. He's angry, he's focused, and is ready to remind the world why he is the future of the heavyweight division. This isn't the calm, smiling Tom Aspinall fans are used to. This version is sharper, faster, and more explosive than ever before. You can see it in his movement. You can hear it in every strike. It's controlled chaos, precision blended with pure aggression, the kind of energy that breaks anyone brave enough to stand across from him.
Ciryl tweeted that he thinks you should be careful what you wish for, and he'll see you in Paris. How do you think you match up against Ciryl?
I better be careful, apparently. Yeah. I think I match up pretty well against him. I think I'm equally as fast as him. I move equally as well. The difference is I can grapple. I've got a lot of power, and I think that's pretty undeniable at this stage of my career. I've got a lot of knockouts on my record, mate. I have to touch you once, and I wasn't even throwing heavy tonight. I thought it was going to be a 5-rounder. I didn't mean to knock him out. I was pretty sure that was going to be a 5-round fight tonight, and just takes one shot, mate, at heavyweight, especially with me throwing him.
What did you think about Aspinall and Ciryl Gane? Like, who do you think you will win? Is the winner something that interests you?
Cara, ali é uma luta assim difícil, né? Mas, o Tom Aspinall, campeão, vem mais confiante. Mas assim, eu vejo que ele lutou com atletas também, assim, muito agressivo, entendeu? E ele tá levando a melhor ali, mas acho que o Ciryl Gane, ele é um cara assim mais, que movimenta mais. É um cara que não gosta de se expor, entendeu? Um pouco ali de medo e tal. Então, quando você tem um certo medo, um receio, você acaba não tomando muitos golpes. Então, a gente vai ver. Vamos ver, porque de repente ele pode frustrar um pouco, né? O Tom Aspinall ali, de passa ali primeiro, segundo, terceiro round, vai levando pro final. A gente não sabe como que ele vai se comportar também.
It's a tough fight, you know. Tom is a complete fighter, but I do feel like he's fought a lot of aggressive guys, and I think Gane is a guy who's going to do a lot of movement. He's going to be a little more cautious and you know, just moving around a lot. It might frustrate Tom, you know. So first, second, third round, maybe Tom can't find Ciryl Gane, so I think it's going to be a different fight. We'll see.
Você acha que a sua carreira vai terminar semi-completo ou completo?
Bom, de verdade não dá para responder isso, né? Eu gostaria, né, de futuramente, né, porque meu peso vai subindo, né, então não sei quanto tempo eu consigo fazer isso, 38 anos, não sei. Vou fazendo do jeito que eu tô fazendo, dando um passo de cada vez e a gente vai vendo o que acontece.
Would you like to finish your career at light heavyweight or heavyweight? I really don't know. We'll have to see. You know, obviously my body gets heavier. I don't know how long I can cut to 205, so we're just going to have to see and take it fight by fight.
Tom's coaches say they've never seen him train like this before. Every session, every drill is executed with relentless focus. He's preparing for every possible scenario, fully aware that Ciryl Gane is one of the most technical strikers in the sport, a master of movement and timing. But what makes Tom Aspinall so dangerous is how he's fused that same technical precision with raw, unpredictable power. He's a heavyweight who moves like a middleweight, a man who can close distance in seconds and unleash combinations that simply shouldn't be possible for someone his size.
I interviewed Tom Aspinall. He wants to fight Jon Jones. He thinks he'll beat Jon Jones.
Yes, he does. I love that. And a young, aggressive, talented heavyweight that he actually wants to fight all the best. The problem in this business is you have guys that say a lot of things publicly, but behind the curtains don't mean it. Tom Aspinall is not that guy. Tom Aspinall wants to fight all the best in the world.
Tom Aspinall is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. What's the first step for him?
You give him the one contender, Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is somebody that's a big heavyweight, that's very agile. I don't think Tom Aspinall gets rid of him right away like he has with other people. And I think that'll be a big indication if Jon Jones wants to come back and reclaim that bout once again.
I think you're absolutely right. Fight that makes sense. Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. Let's make that happen. Ciryl Gane is, people forget how fantastic he is. A guy that can kind of float around the octagon, touch you, kick you, hit you with elbow. He's just a complete game. But man, Tom's movement, his boxing, speed, and his power, it's very, very difficult to doubt this man anymore.
A guy named Tom Aspinall, who every time I speak to him, he talks about you being his inspiration, you being his favorite fighter, you being the guy he wants to be like. He looks up to you with the utmost respect. I mean, I was just talking to him about you and he adores you. He's in a tough spot right now. I don't know how much you follow, but he's waiting for Jon Jones. Does he move on? He feels like his career is being halted by one man. What advice, if any, would you give to Tom Aspinall, who I think is very frustrated right now because he thinks he's the best, but there's a guy holding him up?
I think Tommy needs to focus on the next task. I remember when I lost to Matsera, I was making the mistake of trying to focus on Matsera to get my revenge immediately. But I had a few other fights lined up before to get that. And if he's only focusing on Jon Jones, and if Jon Jones does not come back right away, he's not focusing on the right thing. He needs to focus on what is next, the next path. Because the rest, it's a distraction, you know, and things that needs to be done will be done. You know, I don't know what Jon will do. But as a fan, I would love to see this fight. I mean, because in terms of legacy and accomplishment, Jon Jones is the best. You know what I mean? And I understand Tom from his point of view that he's a proud fighter. He wants to beat the best, but now it's all depend on what Jon want to do. If Jon still want to do this, if he's compensated fairly, all that plays. So Tom should not focus on that because it's outside of his control, and he's wasting a lot of energy focusing on that. And I know it's very hard, but he needs to sort of self-hypnose himself to focus on the next thing and be hungry about the next task. And by doing this, only focusing on the next thing, he's going to build up his legacy, and perhaps one day he's going to be the greatest.
Here's a question with Aspinall. What happens with Aspinall in the second round? If you want to talk about a guy who sprints, I don't think anybody moves like that guy does. He beat everybody else's ass too. All the other heavyweights ragdolled dudes way bigger than him. He's just a freak, and he is again the next the next advancement of the evolution of the sport.
How so?
Well, because he can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu. He's got elite takedowns. His striking is outstanding. Like, I've seen a lot of heavyweight, even Francis, who's like the greatest, scariest power striker I've ever seen in the heavyweight division. No one's scarier than Francis. Francis does not move like Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight. That's a real problem. At a 250 plus pound frame, his movement's extraordinary. And that's something you have to deal with. Like, that is a crazy ability. Like, his ability to move, like the way he moves, is so much different than everybody else in the sport. He moves like a 175 pounder. He doesn't move like a 250-pound guy. Incredible stand-up, knocks guys out with one punch, black belt in jiu-jitsu, really good wrestler, his everything, and he's young.
So what's your prediction if it happens?
It's hard to bet against Jon. It's hard to bet against Jon, but Jon's not a real heavyweight. Jon could make light heavyweight, 100%. He weighs 230 right now, maybe a little less than 230. There's no doubt in my mind that if Jon just changed his diet and went back, he hasn't put that much mass on.
Competitive fight, or do we just want Jon Jones back for a big fight? Because those are two different things.
That's exactly my point, right? I want the competitive fight. I think hardcore fans, but that goes exactly right into what I was saying, right? Do we want entertainment? Because what Alex and Jon is going to do is have a ridiculous build-up, right? Like, where everybody's going to be pumped. There's going to be people betting on Alex. There's going to be people, just like Conor going and fighting Floyd, right? There's going to be people like, oh yeah, Conor's got a chance. I think Alex has a better chance than Conor did against Floyd, by the way. But you get my point, right? Like, the matchup is literally the nightmare matchup for Alex Pereira. Like Jon is as big, probably bigger. I think probably a little bit bigger than Alex Pereira. A heavyweight, certainly bigger. A million times better wrestler. Like, there's no possible way in hell that Alex, his wrestling is to Jon Jones's level at this point. Even if Jon Jones is out doing cocaine for the last year and then just shows up and fights, Jon comes back. He has to fight Tom Aspinall. There's no other good fight to make. And again, but then you kind of get into the debate of, is this a sport or is it entertainment, right? Entertainment wise, which I think we talked about a little bit about the White House card period. Is this going to be make the biggest fights you can, or, make relevant fights? And if you're making the biggest fight you can, you go with Alex Pereira, Jon Jones, 100%, especially if you're Dana and you trust that Jon Jones is going to make it there on time, or, not go to jail in the meantime or anything. Right. And, but I think it's a no-brainer in terms of like the biggest fight that you could potentially make. I still think he should fight Tom Aspinall, though. I don't know which is really a bigger fight. You got to think, like, Alex. I know he's a bigger star, but Jon Jones is big enough to carry whatever fight that he comes back to. And if it's Tom Aspinall, he's fighting for the heavyweight title now, and that makes it as big of a fight as if he's fighting Alex Pereira just to be fighting Alex Pereira, I think.
And Tom isn't just a striker. He's got the grappling and submission IQ to finish the fight anywhere it goes. That's why so many believe Ciryl Gane won't be able to survive this one. Aspinall has made his intentions crystal clear. He's not here for a slow, 5-round chess match. He wants to walk in, take control, and end it early, proving once and for all that he's a true, undisputed king of the heavyweight division. But for Tom, this isn't just another title defense. It's about everything that's happened over the past year. The waiting, the uncertainty, the constant talk about Jon Jones and fights that never happened. This one is personal. He's fighting to silence the critics and show that his rise wasn't luck. It was pure skill, focus, and determination. And that's what makes this version of Tom Aspinall so terrifying. The anger, the drive, the intensity, it's all there. Joe Rogan said it perfectly. When Tom is locked in, he looks unstoppable. Every strike, every transition, every movement has purpose. And if his latest training footage is any indication, Ciryl Gane might be stepping into a storm unlike anything we've seen before. Tom Aspinall isn't coming to defend. He's coming to destroy.